Welcome back to Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you can find the tools to change the rules. So welcome back to the show. Today I am in Manama, Bahrain, and I've been now in the social media forums, and today we're going to be having a very good friend of mine, Ali Sabkar, which is the organizer of the forum. He's going to be talking about a lot of really interesting things on social media, the Arab Spring, and things that possibly you were not really aware of. And we have, of course, James Schramko with his advanced business tips, and we have also lots of really cool resources and apps that you're going to be enjoying. So let's get started with the first section of the show, which is going to be handy bookmarks. You got to give it to GoDaddy. GoDaddy did an incredible thing this time on the Super Bowl, and they had a very, very controversial advertising that actually lasted 30 seconds, but it was actually the most remembered 30 seconds of the Super Bowl. Most companies that actually advertise in the Super Bowl paid $4 million, and right now I think nobody remembers what they were. But this advertising, I don't think that that was very expensive, and I think it was very, very effective because it made it to all the news and all the comedy shows. And of course, it has been seen in YouTube for thousands and thousands of times. Just have a look.
There are two sides to GoDaddy. There's the sexy side represented by Bar Raffaelli, and the smart side that creates a killer website for your small business represented by Walter. Together, they're perfect. Get your domain and website at GoDaddy.com.
Funny video, don't you think? I mean, I'm sure that GoDaddy really didn't pay that much for that advertising compared to what Doritos or Pepsi or Coke or Ford Motor Company paid for their advertisings, and nobody remembered it. So the point here is that you remember that having a little bit of creativity can actually have a big impact on your business. On today's handy bookmarks, I'm going to be giving you a double dose of handy bookmarks. So please make sure to take lots of notes because you're going to be getting incredible gems for you to enjoy more your internet experience. So let's get started with the first one, and that is going to be Traffic Jamcast. Traffic Jamcast is actually the podcast from my good friend James Reynolds, where he reveals incredible information on how you can actually bring a lot more traffic to your website. This is the premiere of his show, and I am very happy because I know that I was part of inspiring him to actually launch this show. So I feel very, very happy about that. Now let's go to the first handy bookmark, which I think you're going to really love, and it is called a wayfind. A wayfind is absolutely great because, of course, what it does is sometimes, I mean, you don't want to be waiting for an email on your computer, right? Well, what it does is you can actually program some alarms, and that alarm will actually trigger that email when it arrives to actually be sent to your telephone. So it doesn't matter where you are, you will know that that email has been sent and it has arrived, and you will be able to read it. Very, very useful. The next tool that I'm going to be talking about is called Review, and that is re.vu, and it is a great tool that has been now launched, which is working together with LinkedIn, where you can put your CV and all your accomplishments online, so whenever you want to actually show it to people, it will be already there. The next great handy bookmark that I'm going to be sharing with you is called yourfonts.com. Yourfonts is very, very useful because what you will do is you will write down exactly with your handwriting how your font looks in your handwriting. Then you will be able to scan it, and they will create a font, digital font specifically from you, from your handwriting. Really, really very cool. The next next handy bookmark is going to be Snap Engage. Snap Engage and Snap Engage, it's a great tool that you will be able to put on your website, and you will have a personalized chat conversation with all the visitors that arrive to your website. I think that is also very useful. And there's another great tool that is called SneakPipe, that it will do something very similar but a little bit more sophisticated. Actually, people will be able to leave voice messages to you so that you will be able to also interact with them. Really useful. Now, the last two that I want to share with you today are, one of them is called Pixie, and Pixie is an incredible search engine for pictures that you are gonna absolutely love. You're gonna really check it out. And the last one is called Tourist, and Tourist is an application that you can download to your iPhone that you will be able to take 360-degree pictures that are going to be absolutely awesome. Because imagine, I mean, that you're a real estate agent, or that you're actually on holidays and you want to show to your mother or to your brother or wherever you are on the internet how beautiful the look is of 360 degrees. And this is a great tool which is also for free, and it's available at tourist.com. Well, I hope that you really enjoy all the handy bookmarks that I shared with you today, and now it's time that we go to the next section of the show, which is going to be On the Go with Web 3.0. On today's On the Go with Web 3.0, I want to talk about trends. But first of all, I would like you to watch a video that was more or less from about 2 or 3 years ago, which is very funny, from the Windows video phone, and that was then. Now imagine how it is now. Actually, I think this trend is now very much a reality, and actually it will give me a great start for the next trends that I'm going to be sharing with you. Have a look.
Really?
It's time for a phone to save us from our phones. New Windows Phone, designed to get you in and out and back to life.
Funny video from Microsoft, don't you think? I think it was very applicable then, and still right now it's very applicable. I mean, it is a trend that it is actually growing, because right now we are getting into Web 3.0. Now, I have been talking already about Web 3.0 for over a year, and it still surprises me tremendously when I actually go into conferences that talk about Web 3.0 that people have no clue what this is. And this is something that I think is absolutely very critical that you understand. Now, I was watching a video from the 20 biggest trends happening right now in the world, and one of the things that I realized, it was that 8 out of the 20 were related to Web 3.0. So what I did is I actually made a compilation of those 8 trends from trendhunter.tv, which I think that you're going to really find very interesting. Have a look.
Welcome to trendhunter.tv. You hunt the trends, we put them on TV.
And now the top 20. At 20, vending 3.0. From facial recognition to live tweeting, vending machines are getting more interactive and creative. There's even a vending machine that lets you swap goods with other people. At 14, shoptimization. Interactive retail is becoming more omnipresent, with apps that reward you with deals the second you step into your favorite store. Walk into your favorite fashion location and you might even see yourself getting a deal for crossing the street to check out a competitor. The future of retail strategy has become mobile. At 12, deliberate vintage. Deliberate vintage is all about recreating the antiqued imagery of days past. Faded colors, vignetting, and grainy images are making a comeback, and Instagram's $1 billion acquisition is just one example of our fascination with the early days of technology. At 11, immersive branding. Interactive mega projections, branded bus rides, and chocolate organ concerts. Over the last couple years, brands started engaging consumers online, but now the realization is that social media love will only follow if you're also able to delight those consumers in real life. The outcome is a new era in immersive branding. At 10, wearable multitasking. Why wear a watch that can only tell time when you can socially connect, play games, or even pay for stuff? Yeah, in an age where we're obsessed with multitasking, you can actually buy a credit card gaming internet watch. Finally. At 9, subscription world. Guess what? You can now subscribe to clothing, furniture, underwear, and even food. Targeted subscription has moved beyond the magazine with a wide range of products from mega endorsers like Mary-Kate and Ashley and Justin Timberlake. At 8, physical virtual. QR codes, virtual change rooms, and augmented reality. A world of digital delights are being incorporated into retail spaces, bridging the gap between tangible shopping and e-commerce. At number 1, manufactured addiction. The shopping experience is becoming gamified. Retail apps for your phone, daily deal sites, and point reward systems are being ingrained in our culture, incenting consumers to buy and buy quickly in order to get that next big deal or points that unlock something even greater. There's never been a more exciting way to create a cultural connection with your consumer. If you'd like to find better ideas faster, visit trendhunter.com and check out our customizable trend report platforms for your brand.
Well, there you go. 8 trends out of 20. Now, obviously, you can see that Web 3.0 is very, very important. So now let's go to another trend, which is also a little bit of on the dark side of trends, but also I think it's very, very important that you're aware of, because of course we want to find out what is going on also with the trend which is going to be affecting us all. Make sure to watch this full video because it's very important.
The Internet is one of the United States' most robust and growing industries. It enables free and open communication among billions, and it's been the backbone for protests around the world. But a new bill proposes we give the power to censor the Internet to the entertainment industry. It's called Protect IP, and here's how it works. Private corporations want the ability to shut down unauthorized sites where people download movies, TV shows, and music. Since most of these sites are outside U.S. jurisdiction, Protect IP uses a couple different tactics within American borders. Firstly, it gives the government the power to make U.S. internet providers block access to infringing domain names. They can also sue U.S.-based search engines, directories, or even blogs and forums to have links to these sites removed. Secondly, Protect IP gives corporations and the government the ability to cut off funds to infringing websites by having U.S.-based advertisers and payment services cancel those accounts. In a nutshell, that's what Protect IP will try to do. But in all likelihood, it'll do something else altogether. For starters, it won't stop downloaders. You'll still be able to access a blocked site just by entering its IP address instead of its name. What Protect IP will do is cripple new startups because it also lets companies sue any site they feel isn't doing their filtering well enough. These lawsuits could easily bankrupt new search engines and social media sites. And Protect IP's wording is ambiguous enough that important social media sites could become targets. Lots of trailblazing websites could look like piracy havens to the wrong judge. Tumblr, SoundCloud, and early YouTube, wherever people express themselves, make art, broadcast news, or organize protests, there's plenty of TV footage, movie clips, and copyrighted music mixed in. And even if you trust the U.S. government not to abuse their new power to censor the net, what about the countries that follow in our path and pass similar laws? People around the world will have very different internets, and unscrupulous governments will have powerful tools to hinder free expression. But perhaps most dangerously, Protect IP will meddle with the inner workings of the net. Experts believe by fiddling with the web's registry of domain names, the result will be less security and less stability. In short, Protect IP won't stop piracy, but it will introduce vast potential for censorship and abuse while making the web less safe and less reliable. This is the Internet we're talking about. It's a vital and vibrant medium, and our government is tampering with its basic structure so people will maybe buy more Hollywood movies. But Hollywood movies don't get grassroots candidates elected. They don't overthrow corrupt regimes, and the entire entertainment industry doesn't even contribute that much to our economy. The internet does all these and more. Corporations already have tools to fight piracy. They have the power to take down specific content, to sue peer-to-peer software companies out of existence, and to sue journalists just for talking about how to copy a DVD. They have a history of stretching and abusing their powers. They tried to take a baby video off YouTube just for the music playing in the background. They've used legal penalties written for large-scale commercial piracy to go after families and children. They even sued to ban the VCR and the first MP3 players. So the question is, how far will they take all this? The answer at this point is obvious. As far as we'll let them. Since we made this video, Protect IP has gotten much worse and is set up for quick passage. Now, the government and corporations could block any site, foreign or domestic, just for one infringing link. Sites like YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook would have to censor their users or get shut down, since they become liable for everything users post. And ordinary users could go to jail for 5 years for posting any copyrighted work, even just singing a pop song.
Scary thought that the entertainment industry has so much power, don't you think? I think we deserve a free internet, so that's why it's important that you actually keep abreast with these trends. Now, I hope that you have enjoyed this section of the show, and now it's time that we go with my good friend, James Franco.
James Schramko here with an internet marketing tip, and this one is on the topic of transcriptions. Is it worth having your videos and audios transcribed? Let's address this in a moment. Okay, so this topic comes up often, and it was recently discussed inside Fast Web Formula. I put a transcription of this video on superfastbusiness.com. I also have my podcasts on Internet Marketing Speed fully transcribed. Now, some people say, is it worth it? Well, as you know, it can cost a little bit to have transcriptions, perhaps $1 per transcribed minute. So if you have a 1-hour conversation, that could be a $60 job. Now, I am committed to transcriptions, and here's why. Beyond the obvious SEO potential, there are still human beings reading my blog. And I think not everyone wants to watch a video or listen to an iTunes podcast. So for those people who like to read, my blog will still deliver. Now, what I'm interested in is also getting as much traffic to my site as possible. Now, if it makes it easy for people to consume my information and they can get it the way they like, whether they want to watch a video on YouTube, whether they want to listen to a podcast on iTunes, or whether they want to read it on my blog, they can. Now, if you are just interested in SEO, then here's something you may not be aware of. If you can log into Google Webmaster Tools and check on optimization, content, and keywords, you can check the significance of keywords on your site. It will actually show you the number of occurrences and also how many variations of that keyword it's found. So in this example, I'm using the keyword marketing, and on my superfastbusiness.com blog, you can see that it has been appearing on my blog many times, and that's because of the transcription. There's also been multiple variations of the word marketing. There's probably marketer, marketing, markets. In fact, even mentioning this in my video means that it will be transcribed to this episode, further increasing the significance of that keyword on superfastbusiness.com. Now, I'm pretty sure that having that level of significance and this number of variations will help my long tail search traffic for Superfast Business. And the results that I've been getting for this particular website are stunning. Here is a screenshot of the improvements that I've seen over the last 30 days, and that is just from putting out regular videos, audios, and transcriptions to this site. So there you go. Now, not all of my podcasts will be transcribed, but for now, my short podcasts and ones that I feel are going to be useful for my customers will continue to be transcribed. But what I'd like you to do now is please reply to this post. Do you appreciate the transcriptions, or would it make no difference to you if I didn't do them anymore? Please tell me your thoughts. I'm James Schramko. This is superfastbusiness.com.
On today's episode, I really have a treat because, of course, I've been just trying to track him down, and finally I get them here for the interview, for the show. He's my very good friend, Ali Sabkar. Ali, welcome to the show.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. He is the president of the Social Media Club in Bahrain, and also a very, very influential guy in the Middle East in social media, and I think he's got a lot of very cool stuff to share with us. So the first question that I have, that I want to ask you is, can you explain to, because I know about it, because yes. I've been there, but a lot of people have no clue what the Social Media Club is. So possibly you can tell us a little bit what it is.
Yes, Social Media Club is an international club whereby all the media makers get together and share knowledge. They have any type of experience. They would like to share it with the social media users. We get together on monthly basis. We do events. The events type of this event today, we had a Social Media Masters Forum, whereby we have experts and international speakers flying from everywhere to Bahrain to share their lessons and their experience with the local market.
Yeah. What is your experience with the Middle East? Where do you think that they are in terms of social media?
We have great marketplace in social media for the Middle East. The numbers, the penetration is very high. For example, in Bahrain, we are the second in Arabs in Twitter, and we are the sixth in Facebook. Okay. However, we have only about 10% who is utilizing social media correctly. Correctly means they're using it for education, for startup businesses, to market a product, or to let's say customer engagements. So what we try to do through Social Media Club is to educate the social media users, especially companies, organizations, government entities, how to utilize that social media. Hopefully that this 10% will be increased in Middle East.
Yeah. I think the question that I always have to ask, and I also asked it to the CEO of the e-government, is what is your take on the Arab Spring, which happened, of course, here in Bahrain? I mean, part of it you were on it, so possibly you can give us some insider view of how you actually saw it happening.
The Arabic Spring happened everywhere in the Middle East, and I see it in a positive way that we got a lot of people got an awareness that there is something called social media. Yeah. So they start up their accounts. So today we don't need to convince someone that, do you have a Facebook? Do you have a Twitter? No, everyone has a Facebook, everyone has a Twitter. Yeah. Now our role here is now to educate that Facebook account or that Twitter account can be used for businesses, can use for education, can use for sharing knowledge, can be used for many startups. So I feel personally that the springs, what happened in the spring was more people on board on social. For example, in Bahrain, 2 years ago we had only 10,000 Twitter accounts. Today we are 61 Twitter accounts. Wow. We had 200,000 Facebook accounts 2 years ago. Today we are 350,000 on Facebook. All right. So we have the marketplace. And this is good for companies because companies looking for marketplaces. Today companies benefit from social media because it's much cheaper, it's much faster, it's instantly. In the same time you can publish, you can promote anything you want. Fantastic. And you can do it in very segmented way also. Traditional media is very difficult to do it segmented. But on social media you know exactly. Especially most of the companies wants youth. And today in our region 70% of social media users are youth. Wow. This is perfectly for our companies.
Fantastic. Where can, definitely I recommend you to connect with Ali. So if you can just tell us how we can connect with you in various social media or sites or whatever you want.
Of course. You can Facebook me, you can Twitter me. Okay.
So it's
earlier we said
Ali
Google me.
Sabkar?
Yes, of course. I'm on Facebook, of course, Ali Sabkar. If you search for Social Media Club or Ali Sabkar, you can find me there.
Fantastic. Ali, it's been a pleasure having you in the show.
Thank you.
And now, guys, it's time that we go to the next section of the show, which is going to be One App a Day Keeps Boredom Away. Well, I hope that you have really enjoyed all the great resources that we have available for you. Make sure to download my book at evenmoreusefulwebsites.com, and make sure to watch the show next week, which is going to be also full of great content. So once again, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules. See you next week. Bye-bye.